I'm going to talk about, because it's something that's been really inside of me for me to express, and I want to talk about it. And it's about how people are just waiting to find someone to find them. And I'm here to tell you that nobody is coming to find you at all. Like this, this thing you waiting for, this special type of person is not coming to find you. And if a person does find you, it's not going to be the actual person you want. They just going to come with the thing you want, but they're not going to be the person you want. And most people just settle for the thing instead of actually getting the person that they want. So they'll just settle and say, oh, this person wants what I want, and they come with this. But it's like, do you really want that person? But you're just settling because this person come with the thing. So most people don't even, it's rare that you even find people that's into people. Most people are just into the thing, which is whatever they desire. If they want to get married or they want somebody to build with on a certain level, they into that. They not even into the person. They just settle for the person because they come with that thing. So it's rare that you actually find somebody that actually wants somebody and not just what they come with. So that thing or special being you waiting for to come find you is not coming. You need to really get out your comfort zone. You shouldn't even have a comfort zone being a human being in the first place, especially where we in an era where things are constantly growing and evolving and devolving. So things are just being destroyed and things are being built all in one. You shouldn't even have a comfort zone because everything is so much movement. So that thing that you think you're waiting for, this being that you think is coming to find you, soulmate, it's not really coming. You got to go out there and actually get what you want. That principle applies to anything in life, any type of dream or vision or goal you set for yourself. It applies to a person as well. So you think some person's just gonna come out of nowhere and swoop you off your feet, and then everything is gonna be great from there. Like nobody's coming to save you, nobody's coming to find you. And then you have to really think about, would you be ready if that person actually did come? Like if that person actually did step into your life and come find you, would you actually be ready for that? Because just because that person is the one, that don't mean that your soulmate, that you might be your soulmate for your soulmate. So you gotta question yourself to see if I'm really on point for what I want. Because just because you want it, that don't mean you're actually worthy of it. So I'm gonna say that one more time so you could really let that sink in. Just because you want it, that don't mean you're worthy of it. And this is not implying that you're not worth anything. You're worth amazing and beautiful things. But just because you want something, that don't mean you're worthy of it. You have to put yourself in a position of the thing you want. So if you want a soulmate, you actually have to become a soulmate. You can't just be a regular person expecting to have an extraordinary person. You have to become a soulmate as well. So in your mind, you say, oh, the person I want is this like beautiful big fairy tale and this and that. You got to be that too. You can't be living a basic life wanting to be with an extraordinary person. It's not going to work out. Yeah, just like I said, you won't be your soulmate. And then your soulmate will probably actually have to settle for somebody that kind of match what they want. And you just miss the person of your dreams just because you was waiting for it to find you and you never put yourself in a position to actually uh, do the finding. So when I say do the finding, it means that you actually, all right, I want a soulmate. I want this person to be like this. Go out there and make yourself into that person. This is the real secret of it. When you go out there and make yourself into the soulmate for which you are seeking, you actually become the soulmate in a sense. And when you become the soulmate, this is not saying that you actually become the soulmate yourself. You become the soulmate that your soulmate actually comes into appearance. So as you working to be super, I believe in perfection. And I don't believe in imperfection. I don't believe in flaws. I don't believe in right or wrong. I don't believe in yin and yang and balance and all that stuff the way people see it. To me, I believe everything is just one, just split up in people perception and perspectives about things, because uh, their mental projections about life is so broken down and so beat down that they see things in part. They see things in good and bad. They see things in right or wrong. They still living in a elementary way of thinking, and that's not the way I think. I believe everything is just one. So there's no such thing as good and bad. If you live a life where that's your balance, then your life always gonna be up and down and messed up. There's always gonna be good days and bad days. It should never be both. It should just be one. It's like the same thing as going into a religious aspect. How people believe it's a good and a bad person, and in a religion, it's like no. If, which one are you going to serve? If you believe that it's both, that means you're serving two people. So you're a slave to your own deed. So you got to really think about this thing you want, right? So as you striving into your own true perfection, your soulmate will realize this, right? Because soulmate it's already in existence. It's just not in appearance. So when you're actually striving for this perfection, it puts itself in appearance to you. You're not just Don't just think you're gonna be living a basic life and then all of a sudden this magical person is gonna come there because you had a wish or because you prayed or because you hope. None of those things have an effect unless blind action is taken. You could pray until your lips fall off. You could hope and until your hands fall off. You could wish until your mind fall off. But none of those things have any true classification until it's blind action put behind it. And by blind action is having that blind faith. Like, all right, I don't believe it. I don't believe I'm worthy of it. I don't believe it probably even exists, but I still believe it could happen. And that's having a blind faith, like the unknown, not knowing if you deserve it or not knowing if it's really there, but just like I'm still go for it. So none of those things have actually no meaning to it until it's blind faith. Like you put in that blind action. So you could do whatever you want within yourself. You could write it down. You could all the stuff that people do. Try to do all these rituals and think you manifested something. And then the interesting thing about that is a lot of people trick themselves into manifestation. They'll do all sorts of things, and then all of a sudden a person will come into their life like, oh, I manifested it, and quickly assume that this person is the one for me. Then like a month later find out like that their next response is, yeah, it was just a lesson. Like it wasn't a lesson. Like that person responded to the level of your self-esteem. Your faith was so lacked that you actually found the person that was lacking in faith. So that's how that happened. And it didn't work out because you weren't completely happy with the results. And that person could have actually been the soulmate, but they were only responding to let me tell you something. They only responding to the level of your self-esteem. Like anybody could be a soulmate, but their actual being only responds to the level that you're on. So if you're on a lack level, you can meet that person, right? That's on a lack level. If your being turned into something supreme, into that soulmate structure, that same person, their being would turn into a soulmate structure. So it go from, damn, this wasn't the one for me. Like, wow, now this person actually, I think is my soulmate. Like literally, that's how it goes. So you're literally in control of what you're feeling and what you're giving and putting out. People are just not understanding this level of freedom because a lot of people are not free will. A lot of people have this how I see the free will. Free will is like this to me. It's like something that's just going out. It's the aura. But a lot of people auras have so much density. It have so much different needles and pins and holes in the aura that it's not strong and it's not bright enough to actually get you in movement. So you you end up, when you actually wish for something or hope or pray for something, and you get something other than what you prayed for, and then you justify it by calling it a lesson or progress, and it's not what it is. It's responding to your auric effect. So you can't say I want to be with a soulmate, but then at the same time you calling yourself imperfect. You accepting the imperfections. You accepting the fact that there's things wrong with you. You're accepting all these things. You're accepting failure, but then you're putting out, I want a soulmate. So that thing is mixed in with the free will. So as the free will going out, as the wish is going out, you're creating a person that's going to be so battered and into pieces that it's going to change you forever. Because then when that person comes, it's gonna reveal your broken pieces to the point where you're like, oh, I don't want to see this. I can't face this. And you're going to leave. And then it's going to make you even more skeptical about having a soulmate. And then you're going to get to a point in your life where you're going to feel like, maybe I shouldn't want a soulmate. Maybe I should just lower my standards. So when you making these wishes and these prayers, it's all the same. Just different names for it, different perspectives. You got to make sure that you actually don't have any of those beliefs in you. Like, it can't be, your soulmate has to come out of your free will. It can't be tied to your quote unquote spirituality. Because if you really want to go into spirituality shouldn't even exist. It shouldn't even be talked about. It shouldn't even have a meaning to it, because spirituality is basically, it's, you are that. So it shouldn't have to be proven that you're spiritual. It's automatically you're spiritual. It's like going around telling people, I got eyes. Like, everybody can see that you got eyes, but you're going around trying to prove that you got eyes. So people's auras are so messed up on different levels. So when you pushing out that will, you got to make sure that it's not tied to anything, no, your quote unquote spirituality, nothing religiously. It has to be free. Or when you attract a person, they're going to come with so much restrictions and limits that you're going to be trying to grow with a person that won't be able to grow, because you already put out what you wanted this person to be, mixed in with the things you believed about yourself to be. It gotta come out of free will. It has to come out your own free power. This decision has to be made on you. You can't have a backbone when you're making this decision to find a person of your dreams, because the person of your dreams is actually who you truly are. They're basically another form or medium of expression of you to yourself. So the person of your dreams is actually you finding yourself. So this is something major and important. This is the actually completion of life. And you're gonna ruin that by believing you're imperfect, by believing things are wrong with you, because you let so many social pressures put you down to make you feel like it's okay to look like this. It's okay to be like this, and you accepted it and calling yourself flawed. And that's to me, that's ridiculous. Your life will always be in pieces by accepting the fact that you're flawed. Look, look at how the definition, how they define flawed, and it's like, why would you want to live your life with things that's messed up about you? Why would you want to live your life where you got to keep reminiscing on how you need to work on yourself when you're actually imperfection already? Like, you were designed to be perfect. We just live in a system where they break that perception down and make you accept to be ordinary. Everybody don't think like that. Not the rares, not the people like me. I believe in perfection. I believe I'm absolutely perfect, gorgeous, and beautiful, and terrific, and spectacular. I'm designed perfectly. So make sure the next time you make a wish, it's you making a wish, and it's not no traditional wish. It's not what you've been taught. It's not what you've been told. It's not the reality and the lies you accepted about yourself. Make sure it's something that actually means something to you, that's coming out of your own free will. I'm done.